Can women really win in business today in 2025? Yes, we can, but it looks very different. Let's talk about it. So, if you are meeting me for the very first time, welcome. My name is Tracie Collins, and here is where I talk about all things business, wellness, and my life here in Mexico. However, today we are talking about, can women in 2025 really win in business? What does this look like? It looks very different than it did 5 years ago, much different than it did 10 years ago. So, the myth of having it all in modern business culture. As we know, in previous years, everything was about we had to do everything to our fullest potential at 100%, from work to family to friends to working out. Like, that was the level of expectation. But you know what? It didn't lead to bliss, as we learned. It has left us in a burnout state, right? So, I have my trusted notes on the side. Let me get into it. We were sold a dream. We were sold this is what you need to do. We need to grind. We need to move in hustle culture. And for women, because we are often the caretakers of our families, it meant also caring for our families to the fullest capacity. But let's talk about what the business landscape looks like for us in 2025. Why 2025 presents new opportunities, but also hidden challenges for women in leadership. So, we're seeing more and more businesses come about from women getting more funding, which is great, but there's still gatekeepers in this space. It's still, especially if you are a woman of color, especially if you are a Black woman, the access to capital becomes limited or far and few between. We are on the lowest percentage when it comes to gaining access to capital for our business. So, with the invention of AI and automations, this is where our secret weapon lies. This is where you need to get in the game, and you can set your business apart for years to come if you start learning the necessary tools and automations and systems and structures to make sure that you are positioning your business and brand where it needs to be a heavy hitter and to play with the big dogs. Okay. The challenge for women that I'm seeing more too often is they're struggling still with navigating imposter syndrome, and understandably so, especially if you are a woman of color or a Black woman who has dealt in Western society. You have had to contend with not being considered good enough, even though you are doing double the work and expected to do more and above, and your counterparts are getting paid way more than you are. We are seeing women of color dealing with imposter syndrome from coming from behind that corporate veil, meaning that, this is the level of excellence that I had to contend with, but my pay does not reflect that. And in that regard, women are like, I don't know if I'm good enough. I'm still seeing it as they are trying to open and launch their own businesses, understanding that they have great intellectual property, but not understanding the systems and the structures and the things that are in place now to help them monetize and to help them scale, and then also to put themselves out there. They have to get out there. And what happens is, Black women, especially, and women of color, and even just women in general, we are so accustomed to being judged and criticized. And if you don't look a certain way, if you don't dress a certain way, if you don't speak a certain tone, then we are not favored, right? So, what are the solutions? One of the things that I've learned is there has been a shift from the hustle culture to harmony. And what hustle culture taught us is that it did not serve us. That is a very masculine centered way of doing business, right? That is not how women in our duality can win. Everything has dual purposes. We have a masculine energy and we have a feminine energy. But hustle culture was solely derived on lack of sleep, lack of nutrition, lack of rest, lack of community. It was like grind and go. And that's not sustainable. And it's not sustainable for the long term. Now, what success looks like is bliss, harmony, definitely alignment, getting in position, getting in community, exchanging ideas, letting go of the things that no longer serve us, letting go of the people that no longer serve us, so we can optimize and move and scale in the way that we are designed to move and scale. And this is what business landscape, especially for women, looks like now. So my question to you is, where are you? Where are you in this? Do you find yourself hustling still? Do you find yourself grinding still? Do you find yourself creating all of these offers and these products, still hoping that somebody will recognize you, validate you, patronize you? And it's not that. That is not how we do business anymore. It is really about centering ourselves and getting in alignment and getting in harmony and getting in depth with our true purpose and who we are meant to be in community with. We are moving from overflow. No, I'm sorry. We're moving to overflow and getting out of survival mode. And this is what alignment means, is knowing that you are deserving, knowing that you have something amazing to offer just by being you, just by being in community and space with the right women, with the right people that can hear what you have to say, validate you, give you constructive feedback, making sure that you are getting eyes on your business and brand, making sure that you are scaling in the necessary possible way with the right tools in place. So for me, what does that look like? What does that mean? So this is why I have the LeadHer Collective. The LeadHer Collective is helping innovative women, is helping ambitious women. It is helping women structure their businesses and brands to where they're scalable, in the same time offering community. One of the things that I wish I had in my 20 plus years of being in the entrepreneurial space and having created businesses, sold businesses, is community. I often felt alone. I often felt like I was the only one, and I'm sure I'm not speaking just to myself. There are many women, who understand what that means. When I looked to the right or looked to the left, there was no one there that looked like me. There was no one there that sounded like me. There was no one there that could understand my walk of life. But yet and still, I was the one that people were looking to, that people were leaning into, that people were asking of, and the one who was in leadership and in command. And it's like, but wait a minute, but what about the needs of me that will give me the energy to pour back into the community, or give me what I need to fuel myself, so therefore I am pouring from overflow and not from my own personal cup. We're pouring from the saucer now. We are no longer pouring from our cup. And I was lonely. The saying, it's lonely at the top. When I tell you guys, I was lonely. So I created the LeadHer Collective for women just like myself, for high achieving women who need that level of support, who need that level of accountability, who need that level of community, and this is what business looks like. I talk to so many women who are owners of their own companies. They have started their companies, they are launching, they're scaling, they're pivoting, they're rebranding, they're restructuring. They're doing so many wonderful and amazing things. But what I have also seen is that they are operating in a scarcity mindset. They are operating in a sense of lack. And I understand where that comes from, especially if you are a woman of color or a Black woman. It is really about society, it is about our experiences. But in order to get in alignment, you really have to shift your mindset. You have to shift your perspective. You have to shift how you do business. You can't be ample and abundant and still operate in scarcity and lack. And there are systems and strategies that can help ease this process for you. So let me just talk about the LeadHer Collective. And I'm so proud of it. I am so grateful for this dedicated space that is designed specifically for high achieving women. So, first, we have weekly accountability sessions. Every Tuesday morning, the collective meets privately. They meet privately and we discuss strategy. It's real time coaching from me to offer solutions. It is encouragement. It is community based. It is support. It is all of the things that you need. The next thing is I have monthly masterclasses. I bring in either, myself will talk about a particular subject, and I will bring in an expert in that field to help businesses in that space grow and scale. And it is a development process that our leaders look to. They look to how to implement certain strategies, how to implement an exit strategy, how to, set up the accounting for your business, how to talk about building business credit. These are all of the things that are inside the Leader Hub. The next thing is my coaching, like my business coaching and the courses that are in there. All of them are free inside the leader space. They have access to it 24/7. They can take their time with these self-paced courses and get the necessary support and structure that they need to help them grow their businesses to the next level. Digital products, ebooks, and guides. It is all there. It is all there to help them win. It is all there so they can grow and get ideas and strategy and in real time coaching for them, not only in the digital space, but in a weekly space for myself. The next thing is I offer leader spotlights. I love highlighting women in business. I do. I highlight women in business because the more eyes on your business and brand, the more chances of success that you have. So I do leadership conversations with women in their businesses. I do leader spotlights in our newsletter. So, our social media platform can make sure that they are aware of what women are doing and what they're offering, that this business landscape is not dead for us. It is just about getting in alignment. It is about getting in harmony with your target market. Okay. And doing it in a space of structure and ease and embodying wellness and support to where you are not the only one. Next thing is you can earn while you learn. I put an affiliate program in there because I wanted to give incentive, but I also I want to continue to help more women. And what better way to do that than our affiliate program? And there's no contracts. You can cancel it absolutely anytime. And then there's so much more. They get 10% discounts on events. Like we have our leader retreat coming up that's open to all women in leadership, but our leaders in the private space get a 10% discount. We have our leader store, which is our merch. They get a 10% discount. It's just so many benefits, but it's about structure. It is about strategy. It is about how you can launch, scale, and rebrand your business to where you stand out as a thought leader that you are, where you stand out and you can offer your unique voice in your said industry to your space. You don't have to do this alone. 2025 is not the year to go at anything alone. This is not the time to not monetize on your gifts and talents. This is not the time to do this by yourself. If nothing that this society has shown us is community is everything. Community offers sustainability. It offers a shoulder to lean on. It offers ideas and strategies to where you're not pulling from your own perspective, but you hear outside perspective that's constructive, but not criticizing. It's constructive in a way that you can implement and grow. We definitely talk social media strategy. One of our leaders in that space is a social media strategist. She comes in there and she helps to organize and structure and put in place social media mapping for our leaders in that space. And we just got to do it differently. You know, it breaks my heart when I see us moving to a space where we don't have to go at it alone and figure out things by ourselves. And I know coming from an individualistic society, we always think that, or we always think I can't share this because, but when you're in the right space, in the right community, this is how you do it. You need the help. You need to shift the mindset. And also affirming that you can make money unapologetically. Making money is the easy part. Getting in alignment, that's the trick. Getting in alignment is unlearning decades of conditioning, and it goes before you even arrived. It is in our DNA. So you have to unlearn and undo all of that. So this is why being in community and getting in the right mindset amongst the right people and offering real-time coaching, which, because if you coach with me privately, it will, this will save you so much money, because working with me privately is very different. Um, but it offers you the opportunity and the affirmation that you need to scale to the next level unapologetically. Women are notorious, especially women of color, Black women, for charging under what we deserve. This is like, no, we don't do that over here. You deserve to make money, because I believe when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So this is why I spend my time educating women, and I have spent 20 plus years of my life pouring into women, amplifying women, edifying women, glowing them up, because I understand when you pour into women, you get back tenfold, because we educate nations. We are the change makers. Society is moving away from patriarchal way of living and doing things, because they see that it does not work. It is not sustainable. It is not communal. It is not in harmony. It is not in alignment. It goes against everything that you are created to do. We are moving back into the matriarchal society. And if you are a woman who has great intellectual property, great innovation, this is the space. This is the optimal time to where you can maximize on what you know, but it's about how to do it and being in the space. So don't hesitate. Become a leader. Get into community. Take advantage of what we have to offer in there. There's women in tech in that space. There's women in maternal health and wellness. There are women in social media strategy. There are women, and I'm just pulling off the top of my my head right now. There's women in real estate development. There's women in all sectors in this space. So our next, and I'm really excited about our next development masterclass. Our next business development masterclass is about AI automation into your business. We are moving beyond ChatGTP. We are about putting certain AI structures in place so your business can run successfully on the automations that you can start making money in your sleep. You can start efficiently putting systems in place that allows you to respond to clients, potential clients, continuing to get your message out, and you are sitting back and you are drinking a cup of coffee, or you are on vacation, or you are growing your email list, without a lot of effort. This is what this next masterclass is going to be about. So anyway, I think you guys have heard enough from me. Um, get in community. uh, we're no longer doing business the old way. We are no longer doing business the hustle way. It is about being in harmony. It is about getting in alignment. It is about community and community approach to support and advocacy in this space, so you can access capital, so you can access structure, so you can implement strategy, so you can put your business and brand out there and get more eyes on your business, the eyes that deserve to see you. And encouragement. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Tracie. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this video with someone that you know can benefit from it. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye.